Senate Bill 1966 is a bill that we have worked together very hard with gun advocates, law enforcement, and the courts to close those loopholes that we saw as a result of the Aurora shooter.
Well, what happened in Aurora was a slip-up by the Mississippi Police Department and the Mississippi court system. So if you don't report it to the national database, it doesn't matter what you do.
The key components of it does require fingerprinting, so we won't shut them off early, but at expiration date, when they go to renew, they will need to get fingerprints, and it will shorten their FOID time to 5 years as opposed to 10 years.
You know, the fingerprinting thing is, in my mind, is blatantly unconstitutional. There is no other amendment in our Bill of Rights where you have to provide, fingerprints to exercise that right.
It does have an increased cost in the FOID card because we need that money to be able to have the resources available to work on the revocations and get those get that back taken care of.
Well, it's going to cost every firearm owner money, but if suppose you have a family and you have yourself and your wife and a couple of children in the family that have FOID cards, suddenly that's $200, and that's fingerprinting for everybody. And how do you fingerprint children and that sort of thing? Because children have a right to have a FOID card.
We also put in stronger mandates for the courts to make sure that they are doing a check right there. If they have somebody in front of them and they do a check and there's a revocation there, take care of it right there, and then better communication with the state police to local law enforcement, again, to help make that a smoother transition.
The FOID card is just fine the way it is. It needs some tweaking on notification processes if a FOID card is revoked. But other than that, it works fine. So there's a lot of problems with this bill, and it shows where the anti-gun movement wants to go. They want to wipe out private gun ownership in Illinois.
Coming from a guy that's introduced repeal of the FOID legislation, I think the FOID card is unconstitutional to begin with, and then this just adds another step.